Hi, honey bunnies! Welcome to Beauty by Tree. I'm Tree, and I am so excited you decided to spend some time with me. Today's video is going to be a first impressions and swatching of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. This is a palette I was very excited to get because I thought it had a great versatility of colors and quite a few colors that I hadn't seen before and I definitely didn't have in my kit yet. So without further ado, if you'd like to see this first impressions and swatching video of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, then keep on watching. Okay, we're gonna start with my first impressions, which obviously we have to get into the packaging first thing. I am such a packaging enthusiast. I'm a collector by nature and I love seeing what different companies do creatively to make their palettes stand out, and I also like to think about the functionality and if I'm really going to use this every day or not, and if the packaging kind of hinders me or adds to the experience. So let's take a look at this palette. So as you can see, it has a matte black kind of base with a gold detail and design, the traditional Anastasia branding, and on the back we have just a, oh, camera's reversed. We have a quick little like snapshot of what all the colors inside look like. We have ingredients here, and over here we have like expiration and somewhere around here batch number. So I like to point out that because I'm a very tactile person and I pay attention to the way things feel, this has that really wonderful soft velvety type of cardboard packaging that I like to see on palettes, and I think it's fun and it makes me enjoy it just a little bit more because I am a tactile person. I also really love this like geometric design. I am such a sucker for anything like that, anything that's, gonna pay homage to sacred geometry or just geometry in general, fun shapes. I like that, and gold and black is also a very classic color combo that I think is great. So let's take this and open it up. So you can see that it has the same design on the front of the palette as it does on the box. It has the standard velvet kind of, uh, you know, covering on the cardboard of the palette. It's very, little ASMR moment, it's very sturdy and it feels heavy. It feels like, it's worth paying $42 for. I would be really disappointed to pay this much money for a palette and not have it have some weight to it, and if it didn't have a mirror, I wouldn't like that either. So we have the front looking just like the box. The back is very similar as well with the ingredients and the amount of time that it has until it expires. And when you open it up, I will admit that I have removed the plastic already and the brush, just because, to be honest, I needed a brush and I knew that there was a dual-ended brush in here. So this is the palette. I apologize, I don't have like a fancy setup. I'm relying on natural sunlight, but you can see the colors are really beautiful. There's a lot to do creatively with this palette, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like and what it feels like. But overall, I give the packaging an A. I love this. If I was traveling or if I was getting ready with my girlfriends and I pulled this out to do my makeup, I know I would be proud of it. I would think it's cute, and I'm sure I would get a couple questions on it. Obviously, we all know that Anastasia Beverly Hills is a pretty solid brand. I would say there are a couple palettes that have been a miss for some people. I'm forgetting the name, but the palette, oh, the Subculture palette that came out right before this. I know a lot of people had problems with that. Other people defended it and said, well, you know, this is a palette that is truly for a makeup artist. It is very highly pigmented. The colors are very fine and you have to know how to work with them, and a little goes a long way. So, you know, there was some controversy there, and I haven't totally kept up with how palettes after this one that have come out have done formula wise, and if that subculture problem showed up again. I feel like maybe it did on one of them, like I feel like maybe the Norvina palettes, but I think Soft Glam and some of the other ones did pretty okay. So I definitely would be interested to try that out sometime. I haven't spent a lot of money at Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I will get more into that in a different video that I know I have been promising you guys for a while about different brands and how I feel about them, any controversies they might have gotten into, and how that's affected what I buy. But basically, I would give Anastasia Beverly Hills like a C plus or a B overall as a brand. The only thing that takes it down for me a little bit is that, you know, I don't totally agree with all of the stuff that you know, Norvina has done or said over the years, and I think that there have been a couple times that they've possibly taken advantage of smaller creators that thought they were getting this once in a lifetime opportunity and then kind of ended up getting the runaround. So I will for sure go into more detail about that in another video. But overall, right now in this one, we're just going to look at the product and how it does, how it feels, how it looks, and maybe I will throw just a little bit of eyeshadow on. I already have my makeup done, and you guys know that I always like to show you a little bit of a certain product that I'm wearing. So today I want to show you this Revlon Color Stay wing liner, pen liner. So this is from Revlon brand, and you can get it at your drugstore. I really like the shape of this tip. It goes from being like very fine and pointy to like a little thicker, so it makes it very, very easy to draw on your wings. I know that it has taken me so long to get comfortable with liquid eyeliner and get comfortable doing winged eyeliner for myself, but I very rarely do not wing my liner. I just personally like the way it looks. I feel like I have on the smaller side of eyes, and I feel like winged liner instantly makes my eyes bigger and more open, so I dig that look. And I'm always looking for drugstore makeup that I really like that I can use every day, because personally I like to save the more expensive stuff that I have for either a special event or a video that I'm filming or a special date night, or you know, something a little more, something where I want to get extra, because I just, you know, your girl does not have high-end makeup everyday type of money. I do enjoy high-end makeup, but I also enjoy exploring drugstore brands and finding things that work for me, work for my skin, and that I can enjoy, because I like to have versatility in my makeup and I like to play around with different stuff. And you know, when you're on a budget, you can't really buy every single color and every type of lipstick all the time, you know, with certain brands that are like $15 a lipstick. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. Whoa, hello there. You are closer now, because I want you to actually be able to see things as I swatch them. So we'll start, I'm gonna go ahead and flip that down. We'll start with, so I actually did decide to just go ahead and swatch them all and then name them off to you, because I'm gonna be perfectly honest, this is my very first swatching video, and I just feel like I would make it so awkward and I would drop this palette and get it all over my white bread spread. So I decided to go in a different direction and just put them all on and show you, and then probably I will grab a brush or two and just try and do a quick little look using a few of them so I can give you my opinion of how they work and how they blend. So we'll just start off. Oh God, how do you show that? Oh no, I did it badly. Okay, so I did end up deciding to go ahead and swatch them all ahead of time and then just show you one by one, because knowing me, I would just be so awkward trying to do each one and then name it, and I would end up dropping this all over my white. So I'm just going to show you and name them off as we go along. Oh, okay. So right here, first color, we have Lucid, a really nice pearlescent white color, but I don't think it'll really be that white once it's on. Next, we have Eden, this beautiful coral, salmon, pinky type of orange. Unity is the third color, and that looks like it's going to be the lid color for this palette. If you were going to use just this palette to do a whole look, I would put that all over my lid. We have Sphinx, which is a beautiful shimmery brown type of bronze color. Osiris, which I can tell this is going to be a favorite of mine because it's kind of a shiny metallic black with kind of a blue purple reflect. And then Sphere. I know this was a color I was very excited to see. I don't have a great camera, but this came out a lot more bright and pigmented than I expected it to. I know that greens and yellows like that are really hard. We have Obsidian next, which is just a matte black. I'm sure I will use tons of that. Dimension is another favorite of mine because it is this really pretty periwinkle gray type color. Parallel is going to be your classic dark brown. Pyramid is a gold, I would call it like a darker gold, not like a true gold or like a green undertone gold, but you know, kind of like a gold that has aged a little bit. And then we have, where am I? Then we have Throne, which I think this is going to be a really cool color. Oh, there's some more light that works better. So Throne is this really cool dark green, and it's very shiny. It reminds me of like a beetle or like a bug you would find outside. Saturn is going to be a matte, kind of orangey color, and then we have Eternal, which is a shimmery metallic-y type of orange. I think Eternal, Saturn, and then maybe Pyramid would do something really cool together. And then Lure, I love this color. I feel like this is going to be something I use so much out of this palette. Like, I would love to just put like Unity all over my lid and then Lure like in the outer corner and the crease, and then just barely darken it up a little bit with like Parallel or something, or maybe a brown from another palette. But I know that color is going to be huge for me because I just love taupey purples. Like, who doesn't love a good taupey purple? So those are our swatches. I will go ahead and go through and mention the ones that I wasn't the most impressed with. So number 2, Eden, that one looks just a little bit patchy, and you know, I kind of had to go in for a second swipe to get it all the way across. So that one I'm not sure if it's going to be a little too powdery. I also was not super impressed with Obsidian. I have experienced other matte blacks that I think were a bit darker, a bit less patchy, and just kind of more buttery. I feel like I would have to use a lot of layers to get that one just truly dark black, like my soul, you know? And then we have, who else? Parallel, this dark brown. I wasn't super impressed with how that one swatched. Again, it was a little powdery. The rest, I think, did pretty well. So I think that that is about a majority of them that I was pleased with how they swatched. So I think now I need to just try out a few, see what they come out like, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Does that sound good? I think that sounds good. Sounds good to me. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and only do this eye on camera, and then I will do the other eye to match. But like I said, I believe I want to go ahead and put Unity all over the lid. Cool. I'll just go ahead and bring that all the way up because maybe we'll do a fun little brow highlight or something. Next, what do I want to do? Okay, next I'm going to take Parallel and I'm going to put it in the inner third and the outer third, maybe a little bit of the top. I believe I'm gonna go for like a brown halo eye with some bronzy colors in there. And I usually like to pack it in first and then blend out. So I'm taking this flat brush and just packing it on where I want it. I think I'm going for like a daytime look, so I'm not gonna bring it super high up like I would if I wanted like a big dramatic look. I'm gonna keep it low key. Just a nice little brown smoky eye. And I'll go ahead and blend this out with a nice fluffy brush. That brown, it actually performed better than I expected. So maybe like with the other shadow underneath it, it had a little more like slipperiness and could blend out. I'm going to put Sphinx with just my finger. I'm going to tap that into this hole in the center of the lid. It looks like I'm having to dip in again with my finger, which usually with these kind of shiny metallic shades, I expect to be able to just use my finger, dip into it once, and pat it on. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Take just a tiny bit more of this brown and like blend the edges, maybe make it a little darker right here, right above that shiny area. I think I'd also like to take this little angled brush and I'm going to use Saturn to kind of tight line my lower lash line. And then I'm also going to get it in my waterline, really because I want the waterline to pop the most. And then I might come back with that brown and kind of like put that on the outer corner. Just because I don't want to have issues with this brush, I have a plan to use it in the black as well. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this other eye, even though I'm not doing the other eye yet. I just want the brush to be clean. And I want to get the most out of this pigment as I can. No, my eye's watering. Stop that. Next, I'll take Obsidian and I'm just gonna like touch up the black eyeliner I'm already wearing. Usually I would do the eyeliner after the eyeshadow, but I was already wearing it when we started, so I'll just kind of give some of that pigment back. And I'm gonna use this same brush, but I'm gonna just make it thinner and flatten it like that. And add just a tiny bit of brown here in the corner. Perfect. We'll take a fluffy brush and starting on the inside, I'm going to blend this orange color because I don't want to muddy it. I don't know if you can see it, but this orange is like really, really bright over here. And I believe that's because my eyes started watering or I don't know. But I think obviously, as with most palettes, if you were to wet your brushes, some of these colors will come out brighter and more intense. So if you're struggling with anything and it's not really presenting the way you want it to, I would suggest wetting your brush with like some Fix Plus or any like brush spray. I like that. Okay. Final touch, I believe, is going to be, I'm going to take a clean pinky finger and get this color Eden and just really lightly stamp it on my inner corner. Give it a little bit of that same orange vibe. But then I'm also going to take a tiny bit of pyramid and put that on top of Eden in my inner corner because I like to have a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner to open the eye. And the last thing I'll do is take Lucid and put that right below the eyebrow. Wow, so pretty. I'm actually really happy with that. I thought I would have to get a makeup wipe and wipe it off, but I'm pretty happy with how that came out. So it's time for me to do the other eye real quick and then we'll catch up. All right, we have the final look here. I would call this like a brown, bronzy, summer smoky eye. It's got some orange in there. It's got some of that coral pink in the inner corner. It's got a little bit of that gold. And overall, I think it looks pretty fantastic. I was pleasantly surprised by the brown color parallel that I didn't expect to blend very well. I maybe it was because it was on top of another shadow and together they just became more buttery and like glided. They moved across the skin well. And yeah, I don't have too many complaints about this palette. I did forget to do the black on one side, so let me just do that right quick. It just helps to bring back the wing a little bit. There we go. Anyway, final thoughts. Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I give it an A minus because I could see a little bit more butteriness from a couple shades. Granted, I did not try every single shade in here, so if I need to give an update and change the grade on this, I will do so and let you know. But for right now, I give it an A minus. I like the packaging. I think the formula is pretty good, and I think that the color story, I wouldn't say it makes sense, but I like that it doesn't make sense. I like that there are a couple different vibes. There's metallic, there's matte, there's cool tones, there's warm tones, and there's also some funky colors that other people might shy away from, but I really like playing with color. So overall, I'm happy to have this palette and I think it was worth the money. I don't remember exactly, but I think it retails for $42 and I purchased mine at Sephora. You could probably purchase it at Ulta, Sephora, online, other places, Beautylish, maybe. Yeah. So overall, great palette and I recommend it. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was my first swatching and first impressions video, I think. Oh, you know what? It's not my first one. I did the James Charles palette. Okay, it's my second swatching and first impressions video, and if you like content like this, please, 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 please make sure that you like and click the little thumbs up button to tell me that you want more content like this. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe to my channel. I'm a new beauty vlogger and I really want to get myself out there. Makeup is so fun to me and so cathartic, and I really, really appreciate you staying till the end if you're still here. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I just got a TikTok finally, and I got a Twitter, so follow at BeautyXTree. That's me, I'm Tree, Beauty by Tree. We're all gonna have fun and go on this journey together, so I will see you in the next video. Bye!